garden update as the most recent Hypixel Skyblock update may look a little intimidating and dull at first glance. But in fact, this update is rather simple and has quite a bit of content that will last even the top farmers enough hours to bore them to insanity. In this video, I will explain everything there is to know about the garden, so you can take full advantage of this update. The composter allows you to create an item called compost. This item is crucial for unlocking garden plots, which I will explain later. The composter is actually rather simple. You click on crops in your inventory, or press this convenient button, to fill up the organic matter bar, and click on fuels such as biofuel, which can be bought at the desk to fill up the fuel bar. Once you have 4,000 organic matter and 2,000 fuel in the composter, it'll start making compost, each one taking 10 minutes. On your private garden, you have a maximum of 24 plots that you can unlock, each one costing more compost than the previous. As you would have in the tutorial, you can clean up these plots by either removing the trees, leaves, flowers, or grass. Once you have cleared these plots, and bear in mind you only need 100% cleared on the sidebar rather than clearing every little bit on the plot, you can access it through the plot configuration menu in the front desk. Here you can pick what crop you want in said plot and either buy the seeds for that crop from either the bazaar or use any from your inventory and sacks. Upon clicking the pay seeds button, you are met with this pretty satisfying sensation. Also, the plot extends all the way to the height limit, meaning you can build additional layers above each other on one plot rather than using different plots for the same crop. By farming on the garden and indulging in various different tasks, you can earn garden XP, which contributes to your garden level. This level mainly allows you to unlock new visitors, new crops, crop upgrades, and barn skins, all of which I explain later. The garden level, I found, is something that will just level as you do your business on this island. Also, I'm actually quite close to 1k, so I would really appreciate if you subscribed. That's it, that's all I have to say. Enjoy the rest of the video. When farming any crop in the garden, you'll be contributing to its crop milestone. These milestones reward you with garden, farming, and skyblock XP, and are just another passive way of earning XP whilst farming. The exact amount for each milestone can be seen on the wiki, which I've linked in the description. Visitors come to your garden island once every 15 minutes, but this timer can be reduced by farming, down to around about 4 to 5 minutes if you're efficiently farming cane. The idea is simple. The visitor wants an amount of a certain crop, and in return, they give you garden XP, farming XP, occasionally a miscellaneous item, and a new currency called copper. There are a total of 78 different visitors, some of which are locked behind a garden level, or simply just speaking to the NPC at their island of origin, all of which can be seen in the visitor logbook. I would personally recommend speaking to as many of these NPCs as you can before you invest too much time into the garden, as some rewards may allow you to make more profit. Every visitor that you interact with and complete trades with will be added to your visitor milestones, which also reward you with farming, garden, and skyblock XP. Additionally, when you have served 65 NPCs in total, the 15-minute timer apparently upgrades, so I would assume it's lowered to 10 minutes instead, but I'm not quite sure as I haven't personally seen anyone talk about this yet. Copper, which I mentioned before, is a currency that you get from completing trades with visitors. This currency can be exclusively spent in the garden at the desk through the skymart. This skymart sells useful items like the lotus equipment, barn skins, and even a new enchant, which is basically harvesting for axes. Alternatively, you can also spend your copper on crop upgrades. Each farmable crop has its own 9 tiers of upgrades, each giving an extra 5 farming fortune for said crop, up to a total of 45. Aside all this, the garden actually has a cosmetic aspect too. You can purchase barn skins for gems or large amounts of copper, or earn them through garden levels. These, when applied at the desk, will, unsurprisingly, change the appearance of the main buildings in the garden. There are currently a total of 14 obtainable skins at the time of making this video. The garden wasn't actually the only major part of the new update. All farming items now have a level requirement. For example, tier 2 math hoes need farming 20 and tier 3s need farming 25. The farm armor from the Wii collection was changed to give 40 farming fortune, and a new armor set was added to the rabbit collection, which gives a total of 70 farming fortune. Finally, there is a new armor set, MELON Armor, which requires farming 25 to use. This armor set has a set bonus, which allows you to drop an item called the Croppy. when farming wheat, carrots, or potatoes. Using this item and some other crop materials, you can upgrade the melon armor into croppy armor, which then drops squash, which you use to upgrade the croppy armor into squash armor. And finally, the squash armor drops fermentos, which craft into the best farming armor set in the game as of now, the fermento armor. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.